So with this assignment, we were asked to identify the 3 most important aspects of the buyer's business, discuss how jargon and observing body language could interfere with your ability to identify the buyer's biggest concerns, and also which techniques you could use to understand the buyer's needs and wants, and if you have any problems. So with identifying the 3 most important aspects of each case, for case 1, it was pretty apparent that they wanted a business that was flexible and knowledgeable, and then they are very relationship oriented, and they also, wanted that sense of a do-goodness or a community service. With case 2, they were very customer oriented, pride themselves on customer service, and then also are looking for flexibility as well. And then for case 3, they're very product oriented. They talked a lot about their product, so you could really tell that they put a lot of thought and effort into it. They need financial flexibility, and then they're also very focused on increasing profit. The ways that jargon and observing body language might interfere with your ability to identify their concerns kind of are a lot of the same in each case, but for case 1, words such as positioning objectives or signage may throw you off in the beginning. So just, maybe using your context clues or focusing more on a different aspect of their case would be better. And then also, for all of the cases, I subscribe to the fact that you really shouldn't observe a whole lot of body language when they're speaking, but rather when you're speaking, you should observe body language. Also try and control your body language when they're speaking, but really when they're speaking, you should really just be focusing on their words and what they're saying, stuff like that. And then case 2, they use words such as selection teams, site plans, traffic patterns, geodemographics, stuff like that. So you could ask maybe one question, maybe a broad question, to help you better identify what those terms mean. But you don't want to ask too many questions. You don't want to seem like you don't know what you're talking about or anything like that. But mainly using context clues. And then, try and focus more on their attitudes rather than their words, so that you could identify, how to appeal to them as well. And then for case 3 is basically the same. They use a lot of scientific terms, so those might go over your head as a marketing major, or, they would go over mine. But they also explain how they're invested in caring on their product. So you could use that instead of focusing on the scientific terms. You could use that to, make that connection. And then with techniques to understand the buyer, with all of them, active listening, showing them that you're paying attention to them. Maybe asking them directly, what do you want from us? What would be the one aspect of our business, of our, transaction that I could give to you? What are you specifically looking for in the product, and how can we make that work? Stuff like that. And then doing your research definitely beforehand, because, they used a lot of terms that maybe you didn't know what they meant, but just doing your research will help a lot with that, and it'll, show them that you care and that you did your homework. And maybe ask. a question, but you don't want to ask too many questions because you don't want to seem like you don't know what you're talking about or that you didn't do your homework or anything like that. So that is role play 2.